स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, my dear friends. This is fifth video on self-knowledge. This video starts with the topic, who is a devotee? He who has no attachment for the objects of the world, who is free from egoism, lust, anger, who repeats the name of the Lord, who serves the poor and the sick with Atam Bhava, who does Kirtan daily, who serves the Bhaktas with Narayana Bhava, who loves all, is a devotee of Lord Hari. A true Bhakta or devotee cares not at all even for salvation or liberation. His heart is filled only with the true love of God. He spends his days and nights in incessant thought of the Lord. He never indulges in any thought of liberation or mukti. He renounces mukti even. A devotee of Hari is always meek and humble. Name of God Hari is always on his lips. He sheds profuse tears when he is alone. He is very pious. He is very friendly to all. He has equal vision. He does good always. He never hurts the feelings of others. He has a spotless character. He never covets the property of others. He sees Hari in all beings. Though there is heavy rain on all sides, the chakori bird looks for water somewhere else. Even so, the bhaktas look for their joy at the lotus feet of Lord Hari only. Even though sensual objects go round them on all sides, the language of the heart and soul is the same everywhere. Devotees of the whole world have one creed and one language to express their feelings and experiences. Those who are endowed with supreme devotion, who are stainless, who are beyond virtue and vice, who are perfectly calm and self controlled, whose senses are under perfect subjugation, directly reach Lord Hari or Vasudeva without passing through the three stages. But those who are not equipped with perfect devotion pass through Aditya Mandala, Sun's orb, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Sankarsana. According to Bhagavata, there are three kinds of bhaktas. He who beholds his own beloved deity in every object and vice versa, and feels consequently a sense of fullness everywhere, is a superior devotee. He who loves God and is friendly to his devotees, kindly to the ignorant, and indifferent to his own enemies, is a middling devotee. He who from traditional faith worships Hari in images but has no respect for his devotees or others is an inferior bhakta. The devotees of God all over the world have indeed an unseen eternal link that unites them in the great service of waking up humanity to the consciousness of the divine. All glory be unto the Lord. The language of these bhaktas of different climes is one. It is the language of heart. In them all differences have melted. Though devotion and communion with the Lord, the bhakta obtains all powers which come to man through birth or drugs or tapas, austerities or mantras. The glory of bhakta is ineffable. Even the Lord becomes a slave of his devotees. Victory to Lord Hari, glory to his name, glory to the devotees who sing the glory of the Lord and the glory of his name. Chapter 6, How to Develop Bhakti. The great Raja Rishi Khatwanga rendered great help to Devas in battle. The Devas requested the Raja Rishi to ask a boon. Khatwanga desired the Devas to tell him how much time there was unexpired in his lease of life in this world for him to enjoy the boon so earned. The Devas replied, there is only one muhurta, a full hour. Khatwanga said, let me attain the supreme bliss of Brahma within this muhurta. The Devas replied, be it so. Khatwanga fixed his mind with intense concentration and devotion on the Lord during the Muhurta and attained the final emancipation. Friends, you can also attain the goal within one Muhurta if you fix your mind on the Lord with great concentration and intense devotion. What one has achieved can be attained by others also. This is the immutable law of nature. Gird up your loins and fix the mind on the Lord and realize the eternal bliss of the infinite right now in this very second. There is nothing impossible for a man of strong will and fiery determination. If you are a true seeker of God, you will meet Him within a moment. Remember Him always. Live by His name. Sing His praises. Search Him in your heart of hearts. Learn the way from the devotees to love and serve God, the sport of your soul, the only sovereign of the whole world, the indweller of your heart, and the inner ruler. Some say that bhakti should be cultivated in old age when one retires from service. It is a serious mistake. Is there any guarantee for you to live to such an old age? Even Sisupala, Kansa, Ravana attained siddhis through though they were enemies of the Lord. Then what to speak of those to whom the Lord is dear? Through enmity and fear, their minds were filled with the Lord, and so they attained liberation. Bear in bear any feeling constantly toward the Lord, whether it be a feeling of love, affection, devotion, fear, or enmity, you become full of Him. The mind gets saturated with sattva or purity. You have eyes and yet you see not. When you look toward the sky, you fail to feel His presence there. You have ears and yet you hear not Him. He whispers words of love and good cheer to you, but your ears are unable to hear them. He keeps on intently gazing at you, but your eyes are too blind to behold Him. Even though you are a student of the path of jnana, it is better to combine bhakti so long as you have intense deha adhyasa identification with the body. God is always with you. He will protect and deliver you. Take refuge in Him. His blessings will overflow into your life and transform your mind and body. Develop consciousness of spiritual things. Make a special effort daily to exercise control over your thoughts, words, and actions. Feel His presence in your room. Pray and meditate daily. Man cannot live on bread only, but he can live on the name of the Lord. Real Swaraj consists in the attainment of God consciousness through pure love and selfless service of humanity and country with Atam Bhava. Cultivation of pure all embracing love only can lead to the attainment of real Atam Swarajya or freedom in the self. It behaves therefore that every one of you should cultivate this pure love by eradicating selfishness, pride, egoism, greed, lust, and hatred. A devotee or Bhagavata has forbearance and compassion. He is friendly to all beings. He beholds his Lord for Bhagwan in all objects and everywhere. He talks to a block of stone, creepers, trees, and pillars when he has virha or when he experiences the acute pangs of separation from his beloved even for a second. He has no enemies. He beholds his mother in all female forms. For him, mass of gold is a mere piece of stone. He is free from attachment, greed, anger, lust, egoism, and mindness. He is innocent, simple, humble, and dispassionate. He has firm and undivided devotion to the Lord. He gives up everything for the sake of the Lord. He lives to serve the Lord, the Bhagavatas, and the suffering humanity. The name of the Lord is always on his lips. He always sings his glory. A devotee should possess the following virtues with faith, sincerity, humility, and self surrender. If he wants to realize God consciousness, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, the teacher, after having taught the Vedas, instructs the pupil thus: speak the truth, do your duty, do not neglect the study of the Vedas, do not cut off the thread of suffering after giving the preceptor his proper reward. Do not swerve from truth. Do not swerve from duty. Do not neglect your welfare. Do not neglect your prosperity. Do not neglect the learning and teachings of the Vedas. If you abuse any man, if you hurt the feelings of any man, really you are abusing and hurting God only. A devotee should become an embodiment of goodness. He must be ever ready to do good to living beings. Lord Krishna says in the Gita, Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha, chapter 12, stanza 4. He who rejoices in the welfare of all gets darshan of the Lord. He develops Advaitic consciousness eventually. Develop love in the garden of your heart by removing the weeds of hatred, suspicion, revenge, jealousy, pride, selfishness. The power of love is ineffable. Through love alone, nations can be united. Through love alone, hearts can be knit together. Through love alone, Swaraj can be obtained. Therefore, be rich in love and radiate love to all. Understand the true nature of love and religion, my child, and lead a true religious life of love and self-sacrifice. Vihita karmas are lawful actions prescribed by Shastras such as Agnihotra, Pancha Mahayagnas, etc. Nishedha karmas are prohibited actions such as don't drink, don't steal, etc. If you have done an evil act or a sin, increase the malas of japa, 50 malas more, 50 malas more. Have complete fast, nirhara, nirjala, without food and without water on a Sunday. Repeat with a contrite heart, with a firm resolve not to repeat it again. Feed the poor with your own hands on any Sunday. Charity covereth a multitude of sins. Yajno danam tapascharya parvanani manishanin. Sacrifice, gift and austerity are the purifiers of the intelligent. Gita chapter 18, stanza number 5. If you want to develop bhakti, you will have to weed out the thorns. There are some internal thorns such as lust, anger, jealousy, greed, hypocrisy, pride, cunningness, diplomacy, etc. There are some external thorns also, such as bad company, obscene novels, bad scenes, obscene songs, talkies, etc. No development of bhakti is possible without sadachara, right conduct. Just as a disease is to be cured by medicine as well as dietetic adjustment, so also realization of God can be had by devotion and sadachara. Bhakti is medicine. Sadachara represents dietetic adjustment. Patha. The path of moksha begins with purity and ends in knowledge. Universal love is the gate of moksha. You will have to cultivate love gradually. Selfless service destroys impurities of the mind and helps in developing pure love. Sri Ramanuja advocates that a devotee should practice the following 11 virtues if he wants to develop bhakti. They are viveka or discrimination, vimochana or freedom from all else and intense yearning for God, abhyasa or incessant thinking of God, kriya or doing good to others, kalyana or wishing well to all, satyam or truthfulness, arjavam or straightforwardness, daya or mercy, ahimsa or non-violence, dana or charity, unnervous, unnervousda or cheerfulness and hope. Mere right conduct itself is not sufficient to bring about salvation. It must be combined with Shraddha, Viswasa, and Bhakti. If the ground is well prepared through right conduct and seed of Bhakti can be well sown in the hearts of those who are of right conduct. Satsanga, seclusion, sattvic food are indispensable requisites for aspirants in the beginning. Old worldly sanskaras can hardly be changed without these three aids. Vishnudas is an advanced saint. He lives in the forest 2 miles from Chitrakuta. He sleeps in a place which abounds with serpents. He has childlike simplicity. That is a marked feature of a bhakta. A blacksmith heats an iron rod, beats it on the anvil, bends it, and does various manipulations to make it a perfect instrument for his various activities. Similarly, God gives various trials and experiences to the jivas to make their bodies and minds as perfect instruments for his lila or play. Kunti says, O Lord Krishna, O Jagat Guru, let calamities often befall us, because on those occasions we could have your presence by which we can attain immortality and supreme bliss. Have a profound faith in the will of providence. See the hand of God in weal and woe, happiness and misery, affluence and poverty, birth and death that you meet in your daily life. Work with heart, within and good overhead. You will get success in life and God realization. Nature always walks ahead. She arranges for your food and drink beforehand. She takes care of your body. Therefore, do not bother about food and drink. Be at ease. Have faith in Mother and her grace. Be cheerful. Be happy, be fearless, be simple, be bold, be pure, be benevolent. The door of moksha will be wide open for you now. Jati Vidya Mahavancha Rupa Yovana Meva Cha Ite hi Bhakti Margesha Janeshu Pancha Kantakaha. Know that caste, learning, position, beauty, youth are the five thorns in the path of bhakti. You have spent 8 hours in sleep and the rest in idle gossiping, telling lies, deceiving others, in selfish activities, in gaining money. How can you expect spiritual good? How can you expect immortality if you do not spend even half an hour in the service of God, in singing His name and in divine contemplation? If you once ask pardon from God for a certain offense or mistake, You must not repeat the same offense again and again, thinking that repetition of a few names of God will absolve you from sin. You must repent seriously with a contrite heart for the sins that you have committed. You must make a very strong determination not to repeat the sin. If you have sincere devotion to your Ishtam, if your mind is wholly attracted to his lotus feet, you will reach the goal easily. All obstacles will be removed. All sadhanas will be rendered easy. See the Lord in everything. Lead an ideal life of perfect self surrender and non attachment. You will have darshan of the Lord. All miseries will end. This is the central teaching of the Ramayana and the Bhagavata. Put this into practice from this very second. Sincerely pray to Lord Shiva from the bottom of your heart. Antarika. Repeat Om Namah Shivaya mentally for 3 hours in the morning between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 3 hours at night between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. with bhava and single minded devotion. When the mind begins to wander about wildly, repeat the mantra loudly for some time. Then take to mental japa. You will have darshan of Lord Shiva. Forget the world, friends and relatives and property, but forget not your Ishtam, Lord Shiva. May God Shiva bless you, my dear Banerjee. Say Jaya Shiva, repeat Shiva, Mahima, Stotra daily. He who practices even a little of yoga in the midst of bustle of a city is a greater hero than that sannyasi who meditates on Atma in solitary cave of the Himalayas where there is no temptation. Sit not idly craving God's help, but be up and doing as God only helps those who help themselves. Do the best you can and leave the rest to God. Gandhi, a good Brahmin, lived in the country of Gadhi. A good Brahmin lived in the country of Kosala. He retired into forest and performed a tapas for 8 months by standing neck deep in water of a tank. Then he lived for a year with handful of water only as his daily food. Lord Hari appeared before him and said, now rise up from here and retire into the cave of this hill and perform tapas for 10 years. Then will the eternal and true jnana dawn in thee fully. He did the rare tapas for 10 years and attained jnana in full. Do Do you keep up burning the divine flame even amidst various activities by remembering His name, feeling His presence everywhere, and seeing Him in all faces? Thoughts of God cannot enter the mind which is distracted by the worldly thoughts and desires. Combine all the love you show to your wife, children, wealth, and lands, and then love God. You will realize God in a minute. God is the wire puller, Sutradhara, standing behind the machine of this world. He is the indweller of your heart. He presides over all actions. Karma Dhaksha. He is the dispenser of the fruits of your actions. Live in God by singing His name, repeating His mantra, and surrendering the fruits of your actions unto Him. You must possess intense and unswavering faith in the teachings of your Guru and Shastras, burning and lasting vairagya, burning yearning for liberation, adamantine will, fiery resolve, asinine patience, iron determination, leech-like tenacity, childlike simplicity, clock-like regularity, then only you will succeed in attaining the goal of life, that is moksha. You cannot cross this ocean of samsara without the grace of the Lord. Therefore, obtain His grace by doing japa, kirtan, upasana, and self surrender. How can you obtain His grace if you have no namarta, humility, and if you have not made ungrudging, unreserved, unconditional self surrender to the Lord? Sing the glories of the Lord with unshaken mind. Roll the breads with single minded devotion. Repeat his name with unswerving faith. Listen to the Ramayana and the Bhagavata Kathas with rapt attention. Visit holy places like Nasik, Banaras, Hardwar, Rishikesh, Prayag, etc. Hunt for the sadhus. Make an earnest search with faith. Do not be satisfied with a little sightseeing only. Get some spiritual instructions from them and put them into daily practice. Develop right conduct. Then you can cross the ocean of samsara easily. To begin with, drink the prema mixture twice daily at 4 a.m. and 8 p.m. Fix a teaspoonful of Shraddha with 3 teaspoonful of prema and half a teaspoonful of bhava. Add to this mixture 2 spoonful of Hari Kirtan and 1 ounce of japa. Gradually increase the quantities in the mixture. This will form an infallible specific or panacea for attaining immortality and destroying the disease of birth and death. Practice Nama Samran, remembrance of Lord's name and a little kirtan at night and morning. This will do for your spiritual practice. Get up at 4 a.m. Cultivate this habit. If you have already not got this, study the Gita a few slokas daily. Even on tour, you must do japa and reading of the Gita. Do you not eat and drink on your tour? Do not become ungrateful to the inner ruler, Antaryami, who gives you daily bread and looks after you in every way. Do Nam Japa for some time, then meditate on the form for some time, then meditate on the attributes of the Lord for some time. You can expand your idea on each attribute as much as you can. Let Sankirtan be your daily food. Let Rama Nama be your solace, refuge and seat anchor. Let Satsanga be your safe boat to cross this ocean of samsara. If you remain in a sublime atmosphere with good spiritual vibrations under the guidance of your spiritual perceptor or any evolved soul for some time during your holidays, you will have quick spiritual progress. You will enter into deep meditation and samadhi quickly. Meditation will become an easy process for you. You will attain a definite stage in the spiritual path. Afterwards, you can continue your meditation independently at home. The demon Mura oppressed the Devas. The Devas approached Lord Hari for protection. Lord Hari sent Yoga Maya to kill the demon. The Yoga Maya carried out the behest of the Lord and killed the demon. Then Lord Hari said to Yoga Maya, O Yoga Maya, Those who observe Ekadasi Varta will be freed from sins. You will be called by the name Ekadasi. The sweat that fell down from the forehead of Brahma assumed the form of a demon and said to the Lord, O Lord, give me an abode to dwell. Brahma said, O demon, dwell in the rice particles eaten by men on Ekadasi and become worms in their stomachs. Withdraw the 11 senses, which the 10 indriyas and the mind from the external objects and fix the mind at the lotus feet of the Lord Hari. This is real Ekadasi day. If you fast on Ekadasi, you can very easily fix the mind on the Hari. Shut out the doors of the senses, still the thoughts, emotions and feelings. Sit motionless and calm in the early morning hours. Ignore the visions and colored lights. Have a receptive attitude. Go alone with God. Commune with Him. Enjoy the abiding peace in silence. Study the whole of the Ramayana 108 times with purity and concentration. This can be done within 3 years of you can devote 3 hours to it daily. You can go through the book 3 times in a month. You will acquire siddhis. You will have darshan of Lord Rama. Do severe tapas and meditation and japa on some day. Enter your meditation room at 4 a.m. Make it a Nirjala day. Do not take any food or drink. Go on meditating and repeating your Ishta mantra or any mantra. Open the door only next day at 8 a.m. You can fix this on Sunday. That will be convenient. Study your mental state and feelings. You will have extraordinary spiritual experiences. I assure you, be intent in the spiritual practice, be sincere. Here is a sadhana for 10 days. You can do this during Christmas holidays or puja holidays or summer vacation. Shut yourself in an airy room. Do not talk to anybody. Do not see anybody. Do not hear anything. Get up at 4 a.m. Start the japa of mantra or Gayatri Om or your Guru mantra and finish it at sunset. Then take some milk and fruits or kheer. Take rest for 1 or 2 hours but continue the japa. Then again start the japa. Retire to bed at 11 p.m. You can combine meditation along with japa, make all arrangements for bath, food, etc. inside the room. Have 2 rooms if you can, one for bath and one for meditation. Repeat this japa 4 times in a day. This practice can be kept up for 30 or 40 days. You will have wonderful results and various experiences. You will enter into samadhi, I assure you. Here is a sadhana for advanced students. It is highly useful for getting quick solid progress in the spiritual path. Get up at 4 a.m. Take a bath or wash your face, hands and feet only. Start your japa on any asana you have mastered. Do not take any food or drink for 14 hours. Do not get up from the asana. Do not change the asana if you can manage easily. Finish the japa at sunset. Take milk and fruits after sunset. Householders can practice during holidays. Practice this once in a fortnight or once in a month or once weekly. Serve the poor and the sick. Serve Mahatmas. Cultivate bhakti. Have satsanga. Hunt for sadhus and sannyasins with fruits in hand. Do japa, repeat his name. Rama, Rama, Rama. Sing Om. Feel his presence always, everywhere. Live in truth, knowledge and bliss. Enter into silence. Jnana will come by your itself. O worldlings, It is not very difficult to have darshan of God. It is not very difficult also to please Him. He is everywhere within all. He is seated in your heart. Think of Him always. Sakara Saguna. Remember the glorious bhaktas and their lives like Prahlada, Narada, Prasra, Pundrika, Ruk Rukman Gada, Arjuna, Vasishtha, you will draw inspiration, your mind will be elevated, your heart will be filled with devotion. Bhaktas of Lord Krishna should do verbal silent, where lips only move, and mental jap of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya daily. They should keep the image of Lord Krishna with flute in hand in their heart. They should form the background of thought. They should sing during walking, working, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Natha Narayana Vasudevaha. Whenever they get depressed, they should sing this Dhavani. They should study Bhagavata. Then they will have quick darshan and realization. Bhaktas of Shiva should repeat Om Namah Shivaya and study Shiva Purana. They should sing Mahadeva Sambhahu Kasi Vishwanatha Gange or Om Shiva Sankara Hara Hara Sankara Jaya Jaya Sankara नमामि शंकरा और शिवाया नमः ओम शिवाया नमः शिवाया नमः ओम नमः शिवाया. Serve the poor and the sick. Serve Mahatmas, cultivate bhakti, have satsanga, hunt for sadhus and sannyasis. Do japa, repeat his name, sing om, feel his presence always. Rejoice in the light of truth, knowledge and bliss. Enter into silence. Jnana will come by itself. A poor devotee of Hari gets all the wealth, divine Aishwarya of Hari by throwing off the paltry earthly possessions. Pray fervently like Dhruva and Prahlada. Sing his name like Radha. Weep in solitude like Meera. Do Kirtan like Lord Gauranga. Sing bhajana like Ram Prasad of Bengal. Dance in divine ecstasy like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And have Bhava Samadhi, repeat his name like Valmiki Tukaram Ramdas. Whenever you get holidays, run at once to Prayag, Rishikesh, Banaras, Kankhal, Haridwar, Nasik, Bhadrachalam, Ayodhya, Vrindavan, Pandharpur or Navadvip. Do more japa there with more concentration. Hunt for sadhus and mahatmas and pay them your respect with fruits in hand with bhav and sincerity. Get their upadesha and follow them strictly. Live with them for some days. Service of Bhagavata Service of Bhagavata's repetition of God's name, Satsanga, singing His name, study of the Bhagavata or the Ramayana, stay in Vrindavan, Pandharpur, Chitrakuta, Chitrakuta, Ayodhya. These are the five means for developing bhakti. Where satsanga is not held, where sadhus do not live, where sankirtan is not conducted, where worship of the Lord is not done, such a place is unfit for residence, though it possesses a very charming scenery. If real longing or thirsting for God dawns in the mind of a devotee, the first sign is that hunger and thirst will not trouble him. He will forget his food and drink when the mother is busily engaged in the affairs of her daughter's marriage. She forgets her food and drink, and yet she is very happy and strong. When a man attends a drama or a musical function, he is not troubled by hunger or thirst. because his mind is enjoying music and fine picture. When a man loses his son, he is not troubled by hunger or thirst. If the mind is disturbed much when there is a little delay in getting your food, or when you do not get the right kind of palatable food, or when there is not sufficient salt in the preparations, remember that you have no devotion for God. This is the right kind of test. The aspirant has the same feeling, the same earnestness or seriousness for realizing God as the fish has for getting back into the water, as the boy has for getting out of the water when drowned, and as the man whose house is on fire has for getting the fire brigade. He will have realization of God this very second. There is no doubt of this. You have not made your offerings to the Lord with the same mental attitude which Bhilani Sabri had. You have not called the Lord with the same bhava which Draupadi had when she called the Lord of Dwarka, or when Gajendra called Lord Hari. That is the reason why you are not able to meet your beloved. Develop this bhava. You will have darshan of the Lord immediately. You will converse with the Lord in the beginning. You can see Him in the physical form. When your consciousness becomes cosmic, conversation will stop. You will enjoy the language of the silence or the language of the heart. From Vakhri vocal speech, you will pass on to the Madhyama, Pashanti, and Para, subtle forms of sound, and eventually you will rest in soundless Omkara or soundless Brahma. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, कवितं वा जगदीशा कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भावथा तोद्भक्तिर तोतिके तवई. I crave not for money, not for a beautiful woman, nor for poetic genius, O Lord of the world. In every birth of mine, may eh- Ahatuki bhakti, spontaneous devotion grow in me towards thee. O Lord, repeat this often. The Lord does not want your external show, He wants your heart. Say once more, Thy will be done. I am thine, all is thine, from the bottom of your heart. Antarika, be sincere, weep for him out of prema, pure love. Cry in solitude out of devotion. Let the cloth be drenched in profuse tears. If the love is of selfish nature, there are partiality and injustice. Selfish love is changing. It decays or diminishes. It is not permanent. You can love God only if you destroy the false love towards wife, children, and other objects. If you have served God with a fraction of the zeal with which you serve Mammon or your wife and children, you will certainly realize God within a very short period. Even one moment of intense love for God with burning viraha, God intoxication, and keen longing will suffice to bring your face to face with God. If you if you pour forth your love abundantly on God, your love of pleasure, wealth, beauty, and power will vanish gradually. The only love that endures will be your love of God. Pure love destroys selfishness and attachment for one's own body. It infuses the spirit of self sacrifice. An aspirant writes to me, somebody tapped at my door at 3 a.m. I woke up and opened the door. I saw Lord Krishna with crown on his head. He disappeared soon. I went through the land in search of him. I was not able to find him out. Then I came back to my house and sat in front of the door till daybreak to see him again. Cases of somnambulist or sleepwalkers are not uncommon. They dream even while standing and walking also. The above case might have been a pure case of somnambulism. You will have to be very careful in ascertaining the true nature of your spiritual experience, whether it is a dream or an actual reality. Darshan of Lord Krishna is not so very cheap. Aspirants very often make mistakes in the beginning. If you are firm in your resolve to reach the highest goal of yoga, if you have firm determination to attain the aim of spiritual life, you will rise up again and march forward even if you have a temporary fall. Feel the divine in you, open yourself fully to the divine influence. Have perfect faith in the divine grace at every step. Feel the divine guidance in all your actions. Aspire for the divine truth fervently. Develop burning desire for the attainment of God consciousness and burning vairagya. Abandon all worldly ambitions and mundane desires. If this is done rightly, the divine light will descend. You will have rapid progress in yoga. Feel the divine presence in your heart in all faces, in all objects, in all sentiments and thoughts, and in all moments. Go on with your practice assiduously. Do not become impatient if there is delay in the descent of divine grace. Be contented in the self. You are bound to succeed in the attainment of highest aim of yoga, which immortality and eternal bliss. At this point, I complete this video. Thank you for watching this video. Next video number 5 will start with the topic faith in God. Thank you. Namaste. Namaskar.